Hey, Jared here. I'm about to do a quick video on neodymium magnets. I'll show a demonstration of a couple of their interesting properties and their interactions with copper. I do need a very quick demonstration of the power, if I can get this balanced. This is just a couple of small neodymium cube magnets, and it's able to hold up this large, very large thing of cast iron. You got to be very careful with these. I'll try and see if I can show you these close up. But these tend to fragment. They look like they're very solid, but it's actually just basically a powder. And these things come together super quick, faster. It's so hard to actually pull them apart. Faster than you can even think. And they can pinch you very easily. They can cut you, as you can see. I do suggest that you wear some safety glasses and some gloves when you're using these, because they can fly together very quickly and send out some shards. But other than that, have fun and experiment. This is a device called a Pharaoh Cell. I made it at home just using simple things: a shoebox, a string of multicolored LEDs, 2 panes of regular glass, and then a special mixture of Pharaoh fluid, which I'll show you later, and WD-40. And I mix them at a 1-to-1 ratio, and then drop that on a pane of glass, and then squeeze the other pane of glass on top of that until you get a very thin film of this material. And then when you put them on top of magnets, some interesting patterns come out. This is 4 1-inch neodymium cube magnets arranged in a straight line. You can notice this has the iron filings, and they're showing the actual magnetic field lines looping from north to south. But when you put it on the Pharaoh Cell, you can see it has a much different pattern. And the pattern in the Pharaoh Cell is totally dependent upon how you arrange the lights. So it doesn't necessarily show you the magnetic field lines. But basically what it's doing, it's making little tiny lines out of the little tiny droplets of Pharaoh fluid that are suspended in the WD-40, and they act as a diffraction grating, and they make these really cool, almost holographic designs and patterns that you see. And they move instantaneously. Very cool. One of my favorite demonstrations with the Pharaoh Cell is also the most dangerous. It's getting 2 large magnets close to each other. But the safest way is to obviously do them repelling each other. But some very interesting patterns arise. Sounds like a black hole. Now I'd love to show you them with the north and south side coming close together, but that would probably take my finger off. Alright, this is a ring magnet on a Pharaoh Cell. Alright, this is 4 1-inch neodymium cube magnets, and they're arranged with 2 norths and 2 souths, so they're diagonal to each other, and they form this little well pattern, and that'll be important for a demonstration later. ball magnet. This is a cylinder magnet. Alright, this is that array of 4 1-inch neodymium cube magnets that I showed you earlier with the diagonal pattern. There's a little piece of pyrolytic graphite on top. And it's actually able to freely levitate. Doesn't need to be super cooled or anything. It doesn't levitate super high, as you can see. You couldn't make a hoverboard out of this, but still pretty cool. It'll do this indefinitely. It's just kind of trapped in a magnetic well. It's another magnetic field viewer. You can actually see the magnetic field lines when I drop this magnet in. You can see how they arc from north to south. Give it one more shake. All right, this is ferro fluid. This is the same material that I mixed with WD-40 in the Pharaoh Cell. We got a steel ball bearing going down a copper tube. This is a neodymium magnet going down a copper tube. Right, this is the same demonstration, but seen from the outside. I've actually covered the copper tube with a magnetic viewing film, which lets you see the magnet traveling down the copper pipe. Alright, this is a steel ball bearing falling through a copper tube. And this is a neodymium magnet falling through a copper tube. Alright, what I have here is pure copper blocks. This is a magnet on a string. As you can see, the magnet stops just short of hitting the copper block. Alright, This is a 1/2-inch neodymium cube magnet, and it's sandwiched between 2 copper ingots. And from the top I have another larger magnet. And I should have to just make it levitate.